The night was cold, but there was something in the air colder than the weather. Fear. The streets of Washington, D.C. were unnaturally quiet, as if the city itself was holding its breath. In the distance, the white lights of the Capitol dome shone brightly, but beneath that glow, darkness had already settled. A darkness that feared not light, but truth. Adam Carter pulled up the collar of his jacket and looked across the street at the flag, the stars and stripes. It waved in the wind, out of pride, out of habit, or perhaps out of compulsion. "Tonight," Adam muttered, "this flag will lie." An old camera rested in his hands. A press badge hung around his neck. But tonight he wasn't a reporter. Tonight he was a witness. 3 hours earlier. "You're insane," Sarah Miller had said. The newsroom was brightly lit, but the darkness in Sarah's eyes was unmistakable. She held a file, thick, heavy, and dangerous. "If this story goes public," she said, slamming the file onto the desk, "people will die." Adam leaned back in his chair. "People are already dying, Sarah. The cameras were just turned off." On the cover of the file, a single title was stamped: Liberty Fall, a secret operation. Officially, it had never happened. Unofficially, 75 bodies in 6 months, all labeled under the convenient name of domestic terrorism. "This is a matter of national security," Sarah said. "No," Adam replied calmly. "It's a matter of this nation's soul." Now, a crowd was gathering in front of the Capitol. A protest. Some people waved flags. Some burned them. Others simply stood with their phone cameras on, as if history were just another reel. Police lines were already formed, shields. Helmets, faces shaped more by orders than by humanity. Adam noticed a young man, barely 20, draped in the American flag. His voice trembled, but it did not break. "Justice! Justice!" Adam raised his camera. Click. He didn't know yet that this photograph would be shown in a courtroom tomorrow, not just on the news. The first spark. No one knew who threw the first brick. Maybe it came from the crowd. Maybe it came from the system. All that mattered was the sound. And everything shattered after it. Smoke grenades, screams, batons striking flesh. Adam stumbled forward, fighting to stay upright. The camera was still rolling. Through the lens, America stood exposed, without makeup. A police officer pinned a man to the ground. "I'm a voter. I'm a citizen." The man screamed. The baton rose. It fell. Blood spilled. And there on the asphalt lay the flag. Its white stripes were no longer white. Blood on the stars and stripes. Adam's hand trembled, but he did not drop the camera. The shot. The sound was small, sharp, final. For a moment, everything stopped. Then came the scream. The young man, the one wrapped in the flag, collapsed. Blood poured from his chest, soaking into the fabric of the flag. Sarah's face flashed in Adam's mind. "People will die." Adam ran. "Medic!" he shouted. But the sirens arrived before the medics, and then the helicopters. From above, the weight of truth. Adam fell to his knees. The camera was still recording. The young man's eyes were open. "Brother," he whispered, "we were right, weren't we?" Adam couldn't speak. The boy's breathing stopped. The red recording light stayed on. Cut to black. That night, America did not sleep. When the sun rose, the flag flew again, washed clean, spotless. But streets remember, cameras remember, and Adam Carter knew scene 1 was not over. It was only the beginning. Washington woke up pretending nothing had happened. The streets were washed before. Dawn. High-pressure hoses scrubbing. Blood from concrete, flushing it into drains where history was not supposed to linger. By sunrise, the Capitol steps were clean. Too clean, as if violence had been a typo someone rushed to delete. Adam Carter hadn't slept. He sat in his apartment with the lights off. The only glow coming from his laptop screen. The footage played again and again. Different angles, different moments. Every replay felt heavier than the last. The boy's face froze on the screen. 20 years old, maybe less. Dead. Adam paused the video and closed his eyes. The room smelled like cold coffee and sweat. His hands still shook, not from fear anymore, but from certainty. This was bigger than a riot, bigger than police brutality, bigger than one dead protester. This was policy, the official story. By 9 a.m., every major network was running the same headline. Violence erupts as protest turns deadly near Capitol. Same language. Same tone, same lie. The anchors spoke carefully, almost tenderly, as if the truth were something fragile that needed to be protected from the public. Authorities confirmed that law enforcement acted within protocol. An investigation is underway. Sources say the victim may have been armed. Adam laughed. A short, bitter sound. Armed with what? A flag? His phone buzzed. Sarah. He hesitated before answering. Tell me you didn't upload anything, she said, the moment the call connected. I haven't, Adam replied. Yet. Silence on the other end, then a slow exhale. They're already rewriting it, she said. Internal memo just leaked. They're calling the shooting an unfortunate escalation caused by agitators. Adam looked at the paused frame on his screen. The baton raised, the officer's finger tightening on the trigger. No, Adam said quietly. They caused it. Liberty Fall. Liberty Fall. Sarah arrived an hour later. She looked like someone who had aged 5 years overnight. Her hair was tied back carelessly. No makeup, no pretense. She dropped a flash drive onto Adam's desk. They activated it, she said. Adam's jaw tightened. Liberty Fall? She nodded. After last night, they flipped it from surveillance to containment. Adam leaned back. Meaning? Meaning they're not just watching anymore. They're silencing. She pulled out a folder, read this time. Inside, names, dates, locations. Journalists, activists, veterans, civil rights lawyers. Every single one of these people questioned federal authority in the last 6 months, Sarah said. Every single one was labeled a potential destabilizing element. Adam scrolled through the list. Jesus, he whispered. This isn't counterterrorism. This is a purge. Sarah met his eyes. And you're on it now. The knock. The knock came too early. 3 sharp raps. Precise. Official. Adam and Sarah froze. They exchanged a look. No words needed. I'll handle it, Adam said. He stood, straightened his shirt, and opened the door. 2 men stood in the hallway. Dark suits. No badges visible. Government posture. The kind that didn't ask permission. Adam Carter, the taller one said. Department of Homeland Security. Am I under arrest? Adam asked. Not yet. The shorter man smiled. It didn't reach his eyes. We just want to talk. Interrogation without a room. They didn't step inside. They didn't need to. This footage you recorded last night, the taller man said. We'd like to make sure it doesn't get misinterpreted. Adam crossed his arms. Truth tends to interpret itself. The shorter man chuckled. Truth is contextual, Mr. Carter, and context is classified. Sarah appeared behind Adam. You're intimidating a journalist, she said. The taller man glanced at her. Ms. Miller, we're aware of your work. That was not reassuring. Listen carefully, the shorter man said. If that video leaks, people will riot. Markets will panic. Enemies will exploit it. You don't want that blood on your conscience. Adam stared at him. It's already on yours. A beat. Then the taller man spoke again. Calm, cold. You have 48 hours to surrender all original recordings. After that, we can't guarantee your safety. They turned and walked away. No threats. No weapons. Just certainty. Fear has a sound. The apartment felt smaller after they left. Sarah sat heavily on the couch. They're not bluffing, she said. I've seen this pattern before. First they ask, then they erase. Adam shut the door and locked it. Good, he said. Because I already sent a copy. Sarah's head snapped up. To who? Adam hesitated. An independent archive, he said. Encrypted, offshore. If something happens to me, it auto-releases. Sarah exhaled slowly. You just signed your death warrant. No, Adam replied. I made myself expensive. The mother. That afternoon, Adam found the boy's name. Eli Rodriguez.